Welcome back. My name is Sarah Mesley. I am a broker associate in San Diego, and today I want to share with you my opinion about what car should you be driving if you're a real estate agent. And I'm going to talk about should you have an expensive car, a cheap car, gas, hybrid, electric, all the pros and the cons. Also, depending on whether you're a newer experienced agent, I'm also going to tell you what I drive, why I drive it, show you some pictures, and tell you what feedback I've gotten from my clients on it because I've gotten both positive and negative feedback about my car specifically. So let's get into it. Now, the first piece is, are you a new agent or are you an experienced agent? That is not a judgment at all. It's simply to say that if you're a new agent, no new cars. That's my recommendation. This is one of the most difficult industries to succeed in, especially during the first couple of years. So the car that you have should be the car that you drive for the next couple of years. That's what I would do anyway. Now, if you're experienced, and I'm again only trying to get at if you have consistent income and you're comfortable in your consistent income, and then you want a new car or then you need a new car, that's what we're talking about today. Now, the car that you drive should be number one, the car that you can afford. I know that sounds really simple, and yes, you should already know that, but what I'm getting at here is not to be influenced by the wrong type of things and the wrong type of people. So many real estate agents believe that they need to be driving a luxury vehicle, they need to be driving a G-Wagon because they want to attract high net worth individuals. They want to get luxury listings, right? Because that's fancy, and they think that if they have this luxury car, that's the type of clientele they will automatically attract. But let me tell you, it doesn't work that way. If you want to attract high net worth individuals, you attract those type of listings and those type of buyer clients by knowing those people. So find those people. You would be better off spending the money by like joining a country club or taking up golf and like meeting those people where they are rather than like just driving around a fancy car and knowing the same people that you already know. Next, a lot of agents see things like selling sunset, and that's why they think they need a luxury vehicle and a designer wardrobe and to dress a certain way. But I just want you to remember that those people are actors, and most of the people on that show and on most of those other shows do not sell properties. But you sell properties, right? You're not an actor, right? So don't be influenced by actors. Now, the second key point is that the car that you drive should be one that your CPA approves of. So I'm not going to give legal advice or tax advice or any of that, but I did bring my CPA in on the conversation before I bought another car 2 years ago. And the reason is I don't know what type of business you have. I don't know if you're S Corp or sole proprietorship or LLC. Personally, I've had an S Corp since 2009. And if I bought a car that was over a certain weight limit, then I would have some tax benefits. And to me personally, I would rather spend a little bit more money on a more expensive car and then get the tax benefits than just like pay it all in taxes. So I brought my CPA in on that conversation. Now, should you have gas or electric? I just want you to have like the considerations of like, what does your business actually look like? So some of you are part-time agents. Maybe you're not driving that much. Some of you are, maybe you're doing listings only, so you don't drive that much. Me personally, I work with buyers and sellers in San Diego. I do drive a lot. I got my car about 2 years ago. I've put 35,000 miles on it already. And I just got new tires for $2,500.
$2,500.
Now, I also have friends with Teslas, not naming any of you, that have gotten stranded because they were showing properties all day and they couldn't find a charging station. So you just got to be a planner. Whatever you decide to do, be a planner. Let's get into what I drive. I currently drive a BMW X6. It's black. It's beautiful. I love it so much. It has these red leather seats. I've never had a car with like red seats before. And if I'm honest, it is like the first nice car that I've ever had in my life. And I'm not a spring chicken. And also, the first 13 years of my career, I had very modest cars, like a Ford Focus when I was just getting started, a Ford Explorer, a Chevy Equinox. So it was like simple things, okay? My car also has this crystal dealy bobber shifting thing. It is so beautiful. I wanted this car because of this little crystal-y thing, if I'm honest, but also for the tax write-off. Now look, as much as I love my car, I'm not going to be driving it forever. In fact, it's been 2 years, so it might be time to get a new one and get another tax write-off. But I'm going to share with you the response that I've gotten from people. So keep in mind, in San Diego, I am selling everything from the most modest budget that we can make work to luxury. Everything from say $300,000, that's pretty tight in San Diego, but maybe a 1-bedroom condo in certain areas, to $3-4 million listings. And When I show up to my luxury listings, a lot of times they do love the car. Now, it's important to me that I am not talking about my car other than in this video. I am not posting about my car. I am actually typically parking pretty far away, not super far away, but I don't like to park on people's driveways, just like out of respect, unless it's like a circular driveway and there's no sidewalk and I don't have any other choice. Even then, I'll park a little bit further back. It's the conversation, the whole thing. It is not about me. It is not about my car. We are there to talk about them, their house, their goals. That's what I'd prefer to focus on. But you have to understand that sellers are anticipating your arrival and they're often peeking out of windows, so they know. And the other day, I went for a listing appointment at a property. It's worth around 4.5, maybe 4.75, depending on when we list in the spring. Super nice people, and of course, high net worth individuals. He brought it up when we were getting ready to leave, and he had so much excitement. It was super sweet. It was like, that is a really cool car, by the way. And it was this genuine smile, and I really liked that. And I've had multiple times where I do go to a luxury listing, and they're like, cool car, but it's just genuine, and I appreciate that. I don't judge other people by their car either, whether it's a modest car or let's say I'm going to like hire an attorney and they have an ultra luxury car, like way cooler than mine. I'm not then going to be like, oh, I'm not going to work with them. I'm going to see if I feel that they can get me the best result. Can they get me what I want? And that's really what a real estate agent does too. A good real estate agent is there to get what you want, right? Now, for the most part, even driving my car in areas where I probably wouldn't feel safe at night on more modest budgets, right? Some of the neighborhoods that are questionable. Anyway, most of those clients don't say anything at all. Or maybe they say, cool car. And I say, thanks. And I compliment something else that they have that's cool. And it doesn't have to be a material possession. Let's just all be nice to each other. It's not a big deal. I've only had one time where someone had a little bit of like weird attitude surrounding the car, and it was a very busy street, so I could not park anywhere else other than the driveway. There was no sidewalk on a very busy street. And there were some other like underlying factors. And I almost feel uncomfortable saying this because I am not one to like always pull these cards and be like, well, it's because I'm a woman. Okay, I'm not. But let me set the stage. I'm a female, he's a male, he's about 15 years older, doesn't matter. I felt that from the minute that I met this person, they were a little bit uncomfortable with maybe just the way, maybe their budget. Like they didn't feel good about it, which no judgment. My house is not as fancy as many of the houses that I sell. It really doesn't matter. I'm just there to help. I'm not judging you. But the attitude, it was like, that's your car? And I was like, yeah, I just got it. It was my first nice car. And like all this time, I'm really excited. Just, just kind of like moving forward. And it was like, wow. Like, I'm not a good actor, but he was like this. Wow. And it was weird. I felt really bad. But at the same time, I am not going to get like a lame car because I want people in more modest budgets to feel comfortable, because most of the time they feel comfortable anyway. So you can think about like what type of clientele you work with, but just know that you don't have to get a fancy car to impress people. You also don't have to get a less fancy car to make people feel comfortable. So what questions do you have? What car do you drive, by the way? If you're a real estate agent, let me know what county you serve, and also what are you driving? And then maybe you're not a real estate agent, maybe you're just a homeowner watching. If you have any questions about the real estate industry, I am happy to help. Thanks for listening.